Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. Episode 41.
Episode 41.
Great week of manga this week.
It's true, it's true.
We got some bangers.
No, I gotta check something really quick, actually.
Oh. Wait, not me.
Where are you?
What's that?
No Breaks on Man.
No breaks, oh man. So we got chapters tomorrow.
Yes.
Glorious. Well, fuck it. Let's just start with Chainsaw Man then.
Well, did we talk about this chapter?
Oh,
I feel like it's every other week.
Did we have a break last week?
Yeah.
No, we did. This is the one when Naruto went crazy.
That's why I was like,
No. God damn it.
Oh my god, JJK is also on break.
Next week?
Yeah, because there's no countdown.
Oh. Yeah, he looked at. Break, man, why?
I was just about to say, too, I feel like JJK and Chainsaw Man have been going on break every other week. Which is fine for Chainsaw Man, because when part 2 was coming out, they were saying it was going to be Jump Plus, which is usually bi-weekly. Give Fujimoto more time. He already wants to quit drawing.
You can see it in his artwork. He wants to quit drawing.
You can see it in his author comments when he says, I want to quit drawing. And that would be a shame, because he's self-taught, too. Like, don't quit drawing, Fujimoto. I like your drawings.
Yes. Poor man. It's also the holiday season, so...
Yeah.
I mean, we're expecting breaks, so we're probably going
to I always wondered, like... Do Japanese people celebrate Christmas?
I don't know.
Like, why... They're taking a lot of breaks for, like... Because I know Thanksgiving, sometimes they go eat KFC. I think it's Thanksgiving they do that. It's one of American holiday that KFC put their, like... grubby fingers into the Japanese market. And we're like, this is a tradition, and it worked.
Really?
Yes. You look up that, I look up the KFC.
Okay, let's do it. Celebrate Christmas. Is very popular in Japan, even though Christmas represents less than 1% of the population. Christians, rather. Decorations such as Christmas tree ornaments and lights are put up throughout the country, and families go shopping before Christmas, much like in the United States. Oh, hey, the second one. Does Japan celebrate Christmas with KFC?
For over 40 years, the Japanese have been dining with KFC's fried chicken on Christmas Eve. Thanks to a targeted marketing campaign, the fast food chain was in fact able to create a real Christmas tradition.
Yo, whoever was in charge of that marketing campaign needs a raise.
They did it, boys.
That dude is a genius.
KFC for Christmas.
Hire that man for everything. Or woman. Hire that person for everything.
What a great slice of American culture. If you're going to pick one fast food place to have for Christmas Eve, I think KFC is an awesome fucking choice.
The Colonel. A southern
It'd be worse if it was McDonald's,
white man
you know what I mean?
Named the Colonel.
Exactly. It's American.
That's hilarious.
What was that man dude? He was like, it was like a gas station he was first making his chicken out of.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Who knows?
He was hustling. I think it was a gas station. I watched it in this stupid...
Some documentary or something?
Yeah, it was like following like different pioneer legends in capitalism. It was interesting though. You'd be surprised how many brands are made by passionate people and then just bought out by suits immediately.
Yeah, that was McDonald's.
Wrigley's.
Yeah.
All of them. Just everything.
Yeah. We can make money on this. Here's a boatload
Here's a
of money.
big load of money. I know business, so I'll take your working amazing thing and
I'll give you like
spread it.
Yeah, I'll give you like 30 million for this, and in 2 years I'll make 30 billion off this. Thank you.
Yeah, in his case it was like 1 billion to, like 1 million versus 30 billion.
Who, KFC or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it was bad.
Was it?
It was a bad deal.
I know nothing about that story. There's a movie about it with what's his name?
2.7 million.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a real bad deal.
It's a really bad deal.
Is it Kevin Spacey? No. Not that. No. That's that dude. Other dude. Fuck, what's his name? Who's the guy that's in the McDonald's movie? If you saw his face, you'd know. Hold on, let me see. McDonald's movie. Michael Keaton.
Yes. I love Michael Keaton.
Yes. I said Kevin Spacey. Not even close.
I mixed him up with Michael Douglas earlier today, actually.
Oh. Well, anyway.
JJK.
All right, let's do it. JJK. Miwa got put in her fucking place.
Yeah, like I said, that was the first spoiler I got, but no one shared the page at first. All I saw was just all of the complaints about it.
About Miwa?
Yeah, being like, what the hell's Gigi doing? Which, again, I'm actually in this camp too. Because, like, the way he dropped her in Sendai with that overcast shadow, being like, walking around alone in Sendai Colony. But the girl can't swing her sword?
Yeah, you got a binding vow or heavenly restriction or whatever it is.
I really feel like he just keeps, like, throwing darts at a board with some characters.
I love how we got put back in the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
For this chapter.
Immediately, too. You get one picture of them, and then it's Kusakabe talking.
Some seriously good conversation.
It's good conversation. I like that it's a flashback peanut gallery. But yes, it was good conversation.
I also love how they're sitting in a fucking, like, a college room. It looks like it's like a college campus, like,
it's still
classroom.
No. I don't need Miwa to be useful now. But I really wish her fucking, I don't want to say arc, because she's not changing. Her story made some goddamn sense.
I don't give a fuck about Miwa.
It's so weird, because she goes from putting her everything into that sword strike and getting her sword broke, to the next time we see her looking all depressed in Sendai, and now it's like we've gone back to before Shibuya happened with Miwa. She's yeah. I'm useless, yup. You're right, guys. It's so weird.
It is, and I get that, but at the same
I just
time,
want consistency.
Gig is obviously trying to
wrap this shit up. I'm also happy Kabo is just out of the story. That makes me happy.
Who?
Kamo.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
I respect him. Him being like, I just want to get
it's like,
my family out of here.
I'm out of here. Which, I mean, makes sense. Good for him. I guess.
A, I love Higuruma. B, I do not like the law lesson I got today.
I did. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting.
That was so much.
It was.
Look at that page.
It did go. I'm on the same page.
That is Tagashi-esque.
It did go on for a little bit, the explanation, but very useful.
The payoff was great, though.
But it's good because now people can't say later on, well, why didn't it work like this? Or how come it didn't do this?
They'll still do that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
right.
But at least there's more here for people to be like, oh, you're wrong. This is what he said. You know what I mean? But I do love Higuruma, though. I love that he was just so ready for this smoke, being like, me, I'll go next.
He's like, I'm ready. It's cool.
I'll take his technique away. I got this. He's just so capable. I love capable characters.
That's so OP too, though, that he could get that executioner sword that says...
Yeah, that kills you in one hit.
That's dope.
And again, I thought the payoff of all that talk was really good. Like the last page where they explain Yuji's plan. Mm-hmm. I thought that this part was all great. And the actual little scuffle, too, was great.
I do love his domain expansion, too, though. It's just so cool. It's so
Deadly
different.
Sentencing, yes.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, we're going to put you here. You can't get out because it's not like you're going to get a no-hit, a guaranteed hit thing, but...
I also wonder if he could break it from the outside.
Right.
Just like he did with Gojo's.
Yeah, so it's... Well,
like
I mean...
if he uses his open domain right now... Or maybe can he not because he's already in the court? Because I don't think, like...
He should be able to because Gojo used his domain after being put inside of Jogo's.
If Higuruma's domain specifically won't allow them to fight because they're in a court now.
Well, I'm still, again, I'm going to reiterate, if Sukuna whips out his domain ever again, I'm going to be...
he's going to. He got that full heal.
No, I want there
when he
to be...
took his fleshly form.
There has to be some kind of impact that
Gojo made him use his one full heal. That's the
Fuck off. No, I don't. Ugh, I hate that. I hate that.
I hate that, especially because they brought up that one heel after it all went down. Like, they brought up the moment they needed it in the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, it doesn't even feel like he used a resource.
Because Sukuna is so overpowered that they could have left Sukuna in the damage that he was after that power purple. He would have still killed Kashimo. Kashimo is fucking the biggest fraud in JJK.
Because he literally used the same thing he used to kill Gojo to kill Kashimo. He just went on to use that same thing twice. Like, he didn't have to whip out his domain. He didn't have to use Maharaga.
I thought it was just a regular cleave. Was it the same style?
I think some of them were the same, like, style. I think the one that cut the ground at first was. Some of the others weren't. But I'm guessing that last grid that came at him was.
Yeah, because, I mean, Kashimo, he did nothing to Sukuna. Nothing.
Literally nothing.
He showed up and died. That was it. It's just, it has to be some impact Gojo made. Like I said, I want that impact being that the damage to the domain. But it goes to this thing of like using the domain expansion so many times, which caused the brain damage page. But then there's a full heal, so his brain damage should go away. But then it's like,
it reminds me of Madara. Whenever Madara was slightly on the back foot, the story comes down and blesses him with something to start the fight over again with.
Yeah, but then
it's a not good thing. It's not.
It's not, because it wrote Madara back into it. Because Kishimoto
Here's
pulled
another one that
fucking
also
Kaguya out of his
didn't need
ass.
any full heals or resurrections or power-ups. He also could have gotten by just fine.
He was already... That's the problem. He got too strong. Kishimoto admitted it. So he had to create Kaguya to get rid of Kishimoto.
Which is also bullshit.
Yeah.
A writer doesn't have to handle anything one specific way. You have all the power of this universe. You are God of Naruto right now.
Yeah. You
don't need to write a God of Naruto. Just write a situation up. Because then the way they seal Kaguya also ends up being hyper-specific bullshit. Why couldn't you have skipped a step and just had the sages from the past be like, this is how you would seal the greatest threat in the world and seal Madara away?
Right.
You could write anything.
Sealing jutsus exist.
Exactly.
Like...
Have him, like, his mother come to him in another stupid vision and be like, this is the greatest sealing jutsu ever.
Just Reaper Death Seal his ass.
And then the three of them do it.
Just like, Reaper Death Seal his ass.
You don't need to do anything, Kishimoto. Writers don't need to do any one specific thing. Take a second. Well, you don't get a second in Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
But ideally, just breathe.
Oda gets whatever he wants, though. He took a fucking month. Took a whole ass month. And then took another one a few weeks later because it's like, I'm going to get eye surgery this time.
It's like your solution still feels like Deus Machina. Like a meteor could have come down out of nowhere and killed Madara and would have had the same power and effect that Zetsu stabbing him in the back did.
Yeah. Bullshit.
He could have had degenerative heart disease right there.
Whatever the disease
and would
that
have
killed
felt
Goku.
Exactly the same. Exactly what I was thinking. So, like... He didn't need, just like that, he didn't need a full heal. And it's kind of, I bet there will be another power-up moment for Sukuna, equally, like, mirroring Madara.
Which would...
And I'll be sad.
It would just suck. He doesn't need any more power-ups. He already got one with the whole, I adapted with Maharaga to get this dimension-cutting thing.
I return to my fleshly form. I hate that translation so much. I'm always going to keep bringing up that.
Fleshy form?
Fleshly form. Ugh. I've never heard that word in my life.
Fleshly.
Fleshly.
Fleshy.
Awful. Gross.
Terrible. Disgusting. Something was going on with Yuji, though, in that
Yes.
That
little reverberation.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love Hikaru, but he really came in for this smoke, man, right away. Giant hammer smashes, binding Sukuna's arm with something.
Yeah, like some kind of sash or something.
Yeah, he's fucking in it for, like, the long haul.
I'm ready for it. Next week's going to be dope. I hope they stay. Well,
I was about to say, imagine if they flashed a Hakari and Uruume outside the domain next chapter. I'd laugh my ass off. I'll open next episode laughing my ass off if that happens.
No, it's going to be Yuta running towards them because they're like, Yuta's going to have to haul ass to get back to the fight. Yeah. So it's just going to be Yuta. But
I swear to God, I'll drop JJK if somehow Kenjaku took Yuta.
Well,
I'll drop JJK. I'll do it.
First off,
if both the black-haired goats get their bodies taken.
I don't know how far away Kenjaku is right now from where the Sengoku, what the fuck, from the Sukuna stuff is, but like Rika can fly.
He's fast. I mean, he's...
You know what I mean? So like, how long is it? Plot convenience.
How fast does he really need to get there either? Yeah, but yeah.
He'll get there when
writer
the
is God.
Him,
Once again. But like, if this works, they won't even need him right away, to be honest. I mean, him being there would finish Sukuna off. Like, if Sukuna doesn't have his technique and Yuta's there, I think he'd be done.
Here's a question for you.
Straight up.
What is deadly sentencing going to get rid of?
I would hope all of it, but I guess that's me being optimistic since they already started conjecturing it only take one away. That's a problem. I didn't even think of it, even though they directly said it to all.
Because we also don't know what Sukuna's curse technique is.
Yeah.
Everyone, because he
still
said
think
it
back,
against
yeah.
Jogo. I thought it was only cleaving and slicing. I mean, dismantle and slicing.
And he's like, the people of your time don't know?
You think he would know, right? That would be something that...
He thought they would know.
But I'm sure that's another instance of Gege forgot.
I also feel like they would know. Like, Suguna said it directly, but also, like, if this is the most fearsome... The king of curses, the most fearsome curse ever. Someone who was a sorcerer before they were, the king of curses. You'd think they'd know a lot more about it. They seem to know a lot just off of all that.
Yeah.
Alphabet soup that came out of my mouth.
But
they seem to know not that much.
The important stuff they don't know.
His technique, how that... We still don't know that transition from sorcerer to king of curses.
Yeah, because he's technically the only, who else is a curse as well? Well, I mean, other than the cursed womb.
Yeah.
People
like
Choso, Yuji.
That's also bringing my brain into, does Kenjaku have something to do with this, too?
Probably did, to be honest with you. I mean, especially with, all the hints they've had about,
having a shared history of some sort.
Of some kind, yeah.
A promise to each other, too.
Well, I assume that what Sukuna got out of the deal was becoming a cursed spirit, and then the promise might have to do with...
What Kenjaku wants?
Kenjaku wants.
He did say keep your end of the deal before...
Because I'm going to assume just... here's the thing, though. Is Kenjaku a cursed spirit too now? Or has he still just always been a sorcerer? Because it's his cursed technique that allows him to jump bodies. So did he just jump out of his own body into someone else? Yeah. So he's just a sorcerer that's...
super bad.
evil and just skips through the time.
Was a sorcerer.
And takes back shots for the claws.
Yes.
I really need
the mommy Kenjaku reveals coming soon.
I wanted... Well, I mean, it should be revealed. I mean, Choso knows.
Well, it has the reveal of having, the flashback of the grandfather being get away from that woman to Yuji's dad. And
very clearly, Kenjaku.
That's a reveal.
From the fucking get-go, too. So, get-go, which means Kenjaku went straight for it. Or did
I also wonder...
So Kenjaku seduced Yuji's dad.
Because it said something about whoever his dad was with not being able to have kids or something going on with the mom. So either A, she was a rebound, but I don't think that's even true. I think B, she died and Kenjaku took that body and dad is just with her regardless.
Or he kidnapped her, killed her, got in the body, dad didn't know, grandfather saw something was up,
took
the back shots and popped out Yuji 9 months later.
Because one of those three is really, really creepy for the dad. If he's just it's okay.
think it's all unfortunate for the dad. And
it's all unfortunate, but I mean, one of them.
What happened to the dad too? Does it ever say?
Yeah.
I assume.
We need a lot of flashbacks. We need a Heian flashback. We need a
Yuji flashback.
Yuji's grandfather flashback because he knows stuff.
But here's the problem, though. Who's gonna info dump? Who's gonna be the source of this information?
Kenjaku.
But Kenjaku should be dead.
Yeah, and I want him to be dead. Sukuna
shouldn't know these things.
Maybe he had a long talk with Kenjaku about it.
Well, I don't know, because during Shibuya, Sukuna had nothing to do with Kenjaku, and then it was only later that it was realized, oh shit, Kenjaku's involved in this. Okay, let me do my thing. It was Urume that came in. He's like, oh shit, what's up, dude?
It's also seeing Urume back once again made me go, how are you here?
Unless
it was a separate cursed object that Kenjaku specifically brought back before bringing everyone else back.
That's what I was going to say. It's like Urume is the first one summoned for the Cullen games. Because you saw that the flashbacks with Kenjaku for the Cullen games was before Shibuya. He started planning the Cullen games.
Well, that's the weird thing to me, because when he starts the Cullen games, he uses idol transfiguration with Tengen's barrier, if I remember right. It's so much fucking exposition.
To create the zones of each.
To also to awaken them and like change them. I wonder if he needed idol transfiguration to do all of this, which he didn't have yet to bring Urume back. Because he doesn't have that now. And Urume's back.
Unless Urume's also got the same deal that Sukuna got, where it was turned into a cursed object, a cursed spirit, so therefore doesn't age, and he just stayed on the DL.
Also, I always wondered too, because it mentioned Sukuna saw Kenjaku turn him into a cursed spirit and was able to replicate that. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Aren't you already a cursed object? How did you replicate it? Or did you do it to one of your fingers? You're like, oh, okay. Bloop, 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 and all your other fingers pop off and become cursed objects. I thought that was the weirdest line when that happened.
Well, just his fingers in general, saying how all the fingers, the 20 fingers of Sukuna are cursed objects. Like, okay, what about the rest of his body? What about his toes? Bro? And we saw him substitute one of his fingers for his own head.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
It's a very do it as we go sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gege forgot.
I just think it needs to exposit at me less if I need to look for holes this hard too. It's too much.
It's a bit, but it's okay.
It's okay. Today's wasn't bad. Well, it was. It was law. Lots of law.
I liked it. I liked the law done.
I liked the beginning and end. So what's next on the docket?
The dockets. Gokurakugai was pretty cool.
It was pretty slapping.
Tao flashback. Miss Tao.
Tao chapter in general, thank God.
Yeah, it's just literally the whole thing. And then,
thank God. Tao needed the time in the spotlight.
I thought when I first was going through this chapter, this wolf guy that took Tao in, I thought that was the one we know, but it wasn't. It's just some random dude.
I had to look back like 5 times, like, what the fuck is he? What kind of work? Are you like prostituting her? And then finally later it added like more context that she's kind of just doing like gangster work.
Yeah, gangster job.
But I don't think it was clear enough at first. I thought that was really kind of sus.
Well,
because at first he did treat her with like respect too, but the way he was like, how about you give me some money? And then that smile after, I was like, please no.
Please don't.
Please don't. But it doesn't seem to be that way.
No.
Thank God. So even later when he's like, I don't want you doing that kind of work, I was still thinking like,
First off, how does she get her arm back?
Yeah, that's a good question too. I thought that was like the absolute peak of the chapter. I thought that was sick ass decision making.
Cut her. What she
baited the guy to slash her and used that to get her arm cut off.
Mm-hmm. And then
that is so
beat the fuck out of him or killed him, whatever.
Badass shit, man.
Breaks out and then finds out her brother killed her father, which I hope that he did because she's not sure.
Yeah,
she still doesn't know because that dude is a piece of shit. And look, I didn't notice this the first time, but there's strangulation marks on his neck, so he was strangled to death.
I find it very weird that he hates women.
The father?
No, Jin. Because Jin hates women. Well, not Jin, sorry. What's his actual name? Yoru, I think it was.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Because he was a woman strangler when we first got to know him.
Mm-hmm.
And still kind of is. Because remember the white-haired dude brought him like women? Or came up to him after he killed women? So I'm like, I wonder if it's for the days that Tao was away.
I don't know, as he blames her for something.
Which is pretty fucked up because she was handcuffed to like a radiator. Like,
now that I notice it though, in the present day, Tao's wearing a black glove on the hand that was cut off, so maybe
prosthetic.
Maybe it's a prosthetic. And we just
I was just trying to like see in the last couple pages, but the last couple pages wasn't
even
enough.
On the colored page, the manga cover on the Shounen Jump app has the glove on it.
She holds her gun with her right, which is not the arm she lost.
I do love that Alma just comes out of nowhere and be like, bitch, what the you think you're doing to Miss Tao?
I'm very interested for next chapter because, God, I want his name again. I'm not Jin. Yoru, yep. So Yoru thinks he was friends with Alma.
Thinks who was friends with Alma?
Thinks he was friends with Alma because remember when they first met, he even went home to the dinner with the other Magas and he was just like, I made a friend today.
Yes. Well, not anymore.
No.
He's obviously choosing Miss Tao over everything. I do like the comparison here between Jin and Alma of her giving him stuff, the candy. Literally right before he jumps in. Gokurakugai continues to impress. I'm just sad that it's monthly though. But
it's why it's so good.
I'll live.
It adds to the quality.
Ooh, my neck. Yeah, I mean each page too. Monthly chapters. You can just see the artwork. See the monthly in it. You know what I mean? Well, not all monthly manga. Boruto's monthly.
But a lot of monthly manga.
Real monthly manga. Not that bullshit. Just a month is a long time to wait for a chapter.
It is.
And
it's pacing itself well to the point where I don't forget everything that happened the chapter before.
Right. It would suck too. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that in series. I've known some other people that do that. That like
I most definitely
that when they read a new chapter, they read the chapter before it too.
Oh God, I would never be able to do that with monthly. That'd be like an hour of my time.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's
because I won't lie. I probably have lost information across reading Chojin X. I most definitely have.
Yeah, because you're also binging it.
I'm
too
binging like 60-page chapters.
Have you read any more of it?
No. I haven't done any extra reading though. You're lucky I read Shadow Eliminators. I really wanted to stop. I didn't think it was awful.
I liked
just
it.
To preface it.
All right, so we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, let's go to that next.
Shadow Eliminators.
It's still the worst name though. I hate that name. It's like an AI's version of edgy. Like if you put it to an AI, be edgy. Shadow Eliminators.
What I hate in the description is a high school student's sense of justice is put to test when otherworldly beings break the rules of his reality, which means
Asakami is, or I think that's his name, or Asakaze, is the main character in a way.
And I fucking hate him. I hate him.
Absolutely insufferable. What a horrible trope done to way too much of an extreme.
I hate
Justice Man.
Well, I hate that kind of character because, like, I watch a lot.
He's Ida.
On steroids, though. Yeah.
He looks like Ida.
He does.
He acts like Ida. He talks like Ida.
Like that whole, because like any school environment where there's like, you know, the student class. There's a lot of anime where the student council president has like more power than fucking like government does.
Kill a Kill.
And it's like, what? Well, Kill a Kill.
They are the government, pretty much.
Yeah, but like, it's like, I don't know if it's different in Japan, if it's a cultural thing, because our student council ain't shit. They did the fucking morning announcements, and that's it.
If they were that, I think sometimes the morning announcements are done by like a radio club all on their own sometimes.
Yeah, so it's like you never even knew who the student council was, but every time they show up in anime, they're like a government body.
Oh my god, student council president.
They have like so much power. Yeah. Oh my god, they're so amazing. No, right. The only time
they're also like God.
The only time I like the student council in any anime is in Kaguya-sama, because those are the main characters.
Yeah, it literally is about the student council.
Yes, and I'm here for it.
So I thought he was insufferable. In fact, one of the very few things I liked about this chapter is when he woke up in the lap of the other main dude. And he's even like, I smell something yummy. And then he just wakes up in this dude's lap. And I was like, okay. I'm no shipper, but if one of you ends up being like,
I do like
somehow gay rep makes it into my Shonen Jump, I'm not gonna complain either.
I do like the potential main character. I forget his name.
The Deuteragonist.
The Deuteragonist. I'm looking through the chapter trying to find his name right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They say like, Aoba Kuromori. They said it like 1 billion times. I don't know how it took so long for me to find it. He called him by name like a really excessive amount of times. I must follow Kuromori. This Kuromori. The grandma randomly being in the other worlds.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but whatever. Character introductions. The fight scene, like the powers look dope with all like the shadow powers and the jutsu
stuff.
Yeah,
it looks like oh man, I'm reaching with this one. But do you know the anime adaptation of the Count of Monte Cristo?
Yes.
How it's all made out of like fabric patterns. That's what the powers look like in this. Like the creatures look like they have those fabric patterns on them.
Well, the author definitely watched Bleach and said, you know, it would have been cool if Naruto powers were in this.
See, this is the kind of shit I mean when it's like going a little too fast for me. Guy wakes up in the kid's lap and is like, can I have a request, ma'am? From this point on, whenever his actions go over the line, allow me to chop him. What the fuck do you mean? You met this guy today.
Yeah, like...
From now on, is death do us part already?
Right? He's definitely, obviously going to stick around.
There's just little moments like that where it's like, oh, like, I get that you as a writer already know they're going to be together forever. But, like, it doesn't make sense to me in their characters for them to know that.
Yeah.
I made a friend for life today out of this guy I was suspicious of and am still suspicious of.
I don't know. Well,
it's not awful. Again, it's definitely not awful.
It's definitely a new
I
thing.
put it above Mama Yu.
Yeah, which
by leagues. I
really enjoyed that first chapter, but then fell off so hard.
I didn't even like that first chapter.
I made you read that shit too.
This is better than that, for sure.
Actually,
whether it has legs, I have no clue. Oh yeah, we have to mention it, that they're fighting hollows with jutsus. We have to mention that they're fighting hollows with jutsus. I didn't even, sorry.
I said, so you can tell he watched Bleach and said, you know what, it would make this cool if they fought with Naruto jutsus. It's better than New Age Exorcist too, but New Age Exorcist is still ongoing, which I'm surprised hasn't been canceled yet.
I don't really dig this blade arm. I think it doesn't look that cool.
The blade.
If I'm gonna get nitpicky here.
Oh.
I don't think the blade arm's that cool. DeGrayman did it better.
Yeah. I mean,
Dororo did it better.
there's room to grow.
That was just me being nitpicky. Handcuff part was cool.
Yes, I did enjoy the Persona vibes.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, I thought it the whole way through. They're fighting the dark shadows of their heart in a weird parallel dimension world while fighting with creatures that I'm guessing are from the shadows of their hearts too. It reeked Persona so hard.
Persona.
And then Shadow Eliminators will remove the shadows from your heart. One of the first things I said to you in the chat when you mentioned you read it too, I said, I swear to God, if the Shounen Squad or they called themselves in general Shadow Eliminators, I will tap out.
Oh, I was like, nah, they don't do that. I completely forgot about it. I forgot about the floor.
Right at the end too. Didn't even give me a chance to tap out like halfway through the chapter.
Now recruiting people with layers of darkness. I'll cut it all out for you. I'm gonna read it for now.
I am also gonna read it for now.
Next chapter comes out next week, 6 days.
Nice.
So, Sunday? Is that Sunday? Yeah, Sunday.
Like everything else.
Yep. Just add another one to the list of...
No, except for Shoujo now. That comes in 4 days.
I still haven't read last week's chapter. The last chapter. But you explained the whole thing to me, though, so...
It can wait. It can wait till next chapter.
Right.
Did you read Wild Strawberry?
I did. Fucking... What? Doctor Dude.
Yeah, the end also confused the shit out of me, not gonna lie.
Well, alright, so... Do I not? I don't have Wild Strawberry. I liked, so it's hard. I can't quick find it, bastards. What was I gonna say? I feel like it was more that we're just gonna skip to the end. We'll go back to the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of this character became useless to me, so I'm just gonna kill them off.
I'm hoping it's a test because it just seems so excessive to me for how little I care about him. It seems like a bit. That only just came to me, by the way, that it could be a test.
Yeah, makes sense. But either way, because the guy was suspicious to me right off the bat because he's obviously not involved with the funeral, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah.
Because they fought his sister, took her out, brought her to the lab and him to the lab to run all these weird tests on him, and then in the lab is when they fused, or did they fused out before they were brought to the lab, right?
Yeah, I think they fused. Yeah, they fused out in the field while she was being attacked because he was dying, and I think that's when she retreated into him and was like protecting him.
Yeah,
I think then they went to the lab.
Because I don't think that was the funeral.
I didn't remember any of that without you priming me there, by the way.
Right. Well, so he was sus there because it's like, okay, you're like a scientist for this weird group that's just randomly performing tests on him. Now that a JJK attacked, you're suddenly okay with siding with this guy. But at the same time, like, he didn't give off like,
it was like a moral choice. Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of helped him out. I feel like
and it also seems like he only survived that situation with the help of the main character. Like, it seems like he would have died.
Yeah. 100%. And he was pissing his pants. And, like, you know what I mean?
And he's pissing his pants ever since.
So I feel like this came out of left field.
It really did. It treated him way more important than he's been up till now, too.
And it doesn't make sense that he's a JJK. Or has been this whole time. You know what I mean?
Why would a JJK be doing scientific studies on another JJK? I just don't see that happening.
Exactly.
There's such a position.
It's like, I don't know, it just came completely out of left field for me.
It also came completely out of left field for me. I actually had to like double back and reread for a little bit.
Well, first off,
see if I missed something. I didn't recognize him.
I didn't either. I didn't know who he was until I was like,
I did. Even when they said Maki, I was like, who?
Yeah, and then I was like,
it was here. this is where I knew it was him. When it showed a flashback of him.
Same. I was like, was this just one of the other dudes that Kingu, like, got to know?
His hair looks completely different. Like, everything looks different.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he's laying in a pool of his own blood with a sword sticking through his chest. But his hair does look different, and he's not wearing his glasses. So, who knows what's going to happen.
I worked it. I'm definitely going to go back to before they left for this mission. Because they did talk before this mission started.
I've been calling it Funeral Flower. It's Flower Funeral Force.
Yes, FFF.
Well, I mean, it would
Class
have been
Trash Hero.
It would have been F. I need to read that. That is so good, dude. Because I know I think you recommended it to me back in the day.
Yeah, because it was off of one of, I would say, Scamboli's recommendation videos. This is something Thybon would like.
I was reading that as it updated. It's so good too. And like, it's just when I got my new phone, it was one of the tabs that I had open. Yeah. So when I got the new phone, I updated my phone, the tab went away, so then I fell off it. Kind of like the same thing happened with solo leveling. That's around the same time that I fell off solo leveling.
Goddamn browsers.
Which I also need to get back on.
I need to get back on Blue Lock.
The anime for solo leveling comes out in a few weeks, I believe.
Nice.
December. I'm excited. Hopefully they do the artwork justice. Because solo leveling's artwork is fantastic.
I'm hoping for y'all.
Same. But again, it's made by a Japanese studio. And like I said, the Japanese aren't painted in a very good light in that anime.
I mean, I don't think it's really they're gonna change that.
No.
I mean, there are animes that don't make the Japanese government look good either. I can't name them, but I know they exist.
I'm sure they're out there
There's plenty
somewhere.
of critiques of Japanese culture in Japanese media, at least. Oshinoko. That's a critique of a part of Japanese culture.
Yes. The idol culture in general. But, going back
to Wild Strawberry, the rest of the chapter was good.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was good. It's like a nice cliffhanger at the end, but at the beginning...
No, I don't like that cliffhanger. I think that cliffhanger is just bad. I think Maki was so unimportant that this cliffhanger is bad. Well, it could be good. With more context, it could be good, but yes. I don't care about it. Yeah. It was just jarring to me. But I'm learning they can't be parasitized.
Well, it answered my own fucking question finally, because I was like, is the parasite in them or is it in the weapon? And it's both?
Yeah.
Kinda.
I'm guessing that it just like latches on for a bit or connects to whatever parts in them when they go to use it. They clearly have a deal with it because there's her weapon at least was sentient and talking to her.
Yeah, because this is because...
So it must be like Devils, where they make a deal, be like, hey, I'll give you this much of me if you give me this much of you, and we just...
Right.
Or I can have him use his to chop you into tiny bits right now if you want to try to take all of me.
Because he says, because Irai and I have Jinka parasites in our body, the Jinka in our prunin spears. So it's like... Shears, not spears. Shears.
So yeah, it's also in them then.
So I think it's in both, which protects them from pollination, which makes perfect sense if you ask me, because that's how they would be using these powers without turning into, you know what I mean, without turning into a Jinka. So it's good info dump on what it is, and it's obvious now that Kingu's going to be like, well, I can't just fight for myself now. I have to fight for everyone to help everyone destroy this mother.
Yeah, he got some resolve.
Yes,
some team resolve to think of more than just himself.
Yeah, so now he's not just fighting for his sister, not sister. Again, why did they have to like?
Make it complicated.
Make it complicated. That it's not
shippers. That's why. So shippers could feel like they still have some sort of moral fabric in their being.
All right, so how to look it up, because I'm like, the word Jinka needs to mean something related to flowers or something, but
it probably has something to do with objects, I'm guessing.
So it's like a health supplement. It's made with special blend of premium turmeric, ginger, nutmeg, and 5 more premium spices. Daily intake of Jinka supplements can help the body in reducing inflammation, promoting heart and cell health, lower the level of cholesterol, and assist in pain relief. This is like, okay, maybe. Oh, one of the searches is manga. So, well, I know what that's going to lead me to. Let me see if it can put plant after it. No, it's just a brand that makes some kind of supplement, health supplement.
On the Wild Strawberry Wiki, at least, it's like Jinka, commonly known among the locals as flower human or Hitohana. But yeah, that's just
Hitohana
in universe.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could take the Japanese characters and translate them.
Yeah, maybe it means something in Japanese, you know what I mean? It's related to a kanji or something.
Because I also looked it up.
We're missing
the power system in Gachiakuta is called Jinki. So I went to look up what that means. It meant god vessel. So I'm wondering if it means like plant vessel or something. You know what I mean? Maybe. Oh my god. I just got flower pictures.
Hey, it means something, so half the kanji means flower, right?
English translation. I don't know why I thought punching in the characters would be enough. Person Jinka ka English. Yeah, flowers in there. Hito Jin Hanaka English.
Yeah, so
I think Hito was human because it said Hana Hito for flower human.
Hito.
Yeah.
Hito no mi.
I just don't know what Jin or Ka mean.
Human for you.
So yeah, it has human and flower in it somewhere in there.
Oh, well, there you go. Cool. Yeah. It does mean something.
I dig it. But it was good. I mean,
yeah.
the alternated and weekly, that is, keeping my interest much more than Shoujo No is. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm still on the Shoujo No ride because I think it's funny. I think it could still go somewhere too. Like, yeah, they could fix their problems. But in the meantime, I think it's fucking hilarious.
I'm still gonna read it too. Like,
but it's no Kagura Bachi. It's no Gokurakugai.
Oh, speaking of Kagura Bachi,
I'd put Wild Strawberry like right under Kagura Bachi maybe. Because I'm really like Kagura and my Bachis.
This chapter was pretty dope of Kagura Bachi.
It was. It wasn't even all action, but it was really just good.
That. Again, let's
not skip
to the end.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
Let's go through the whole chapter. I love how fast these guys found
Shoujo.
Like
they have the conversation. It flashes to where Shoujo is,
and then they're outside. Send some random gangsters come in first. He kills them.
I'm scared that he's going to win when I feel like they should win. Because they put a whole squad of 6 dudes specifically chosen to fight
this one guy. Yeah.
That sword specifically.
Yeah.
And we know one of them's Earth Powers, which is already a great matchup. So they were thinking about the matchup.
I feel it's... Well, see, because he's saying... I mean, he could switch it up, too. I mean, he doesn't need to go fight Chihiro again. Chihiro doesn't need to fight this guy again.
No. And the other factor is, though, we still don't know what his own magic is, because he was a sorcerer before he got the katana.
Yes.
And we still don't know what he's capable of in that way.
Well, whatever he's capable of, he did it to kill all those dudes, because the Cloud Gouger was out with the old lady.
You're right. Oh.
Which is
fucking genius.
Which is the stupidest thing in the world.
Here's my legendary, one-of-a-kind...
magic sword.
Of great value.
That anyone can use, by the way. It's not like it's a Zanpakuto that you can pick up
that you can't pick up and use.
And I would bet if for some reason a normal human wasn't capable of using it, it would go berserk or hurt them in some way. I'm waiting for that reveal someday, I bet. Because it supposedly uses all of your magic. What if you're not really trained in using or knowing you have mana in you?
Yeah, exactly.
So I would bet that there's like complications to a normal person using it that's not prepared. But that is all hearsay.
Yeah, and they got all of these dudes up here too. And they're still kind of cautious, but it's like, I don't know, this Kamubani guy kind of just has the face of someone that's gonna die.
He kind of does. They all kind of do.
They all, yeah. They don't.
And actually, he's Ikuta. The Kamunabi is their organization.
You're right, yes.
Ikuta Hagiwara. You know what tells me that they are going to probably lose? Neither Mr. Asumi or the guy that was like his contact in the Kamunabi are there.
Well, is this dude with the long pigtail the one that he said would be a problem with Mr. Shiba last chapter?
No. That was the contact, I think. The guy with the more Sasuke-y hair.
I think you're right.
I don't know for sure, though.
Yeah, this guy, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
That's what tells me they'll probably lose is neither of those two, ones that look like they would survive the fight, are there.
Oh, well, actually, it's all the same dudes that he says 5 of them in all elite force. If it was just these guys, I'd fight. But those 2 are a problem, looking up to Mr. Shiba and the other guy. Because look at the other 5 people.
It's all the people that rolled up. So
it's all the Cloud Gouger force.
Well, there's one more, because I believe there's 6 people that rolled up.
Yeah, is the masked dude in there in the first one?
Yeah, he is. He's got the weird... I just skipped through the whole chapter.
Wavy hair girl.
The dude with big hands. Oh, where's the image? It was just that. Where'd he go?
God, that fight was so good.
Yeah, see the weird mask right there.
Yep.
2 masks.
I think it's the blonde guy that's
mask.
missing, because there's a blonde guy right here.
Yeah. But I think you're right. I think they are going to lose the fight, and then Chihiro's...
Yeah, again, Mr. Asumi's not there. Or the other guy. I still don't know his name.
Mr. Asumi? You mean Mr. Shiba?
Mr. Shiba, yes.
Who's Mr. Asumi?
I have no clue. But then, the end. Chihiro comes in with that cold energy.
Oh my god.
I
when he just
love.
Sits down at that table with the dude. You literally see one page.
The phone calls coming in. Next page.
They're all dead, and it's just the dude.
Giving excuses over the phone while he's there. I love Chihiro's energy, man. Mm-hmm. That's so good.
Both
dead
good.
Guy on the ground while they look up.
Yep. And he's just cold staring at him across the table.
Oh, the goldfish leads their eye to where the dead guy and Chihiro is.
So good.
So good. So cold. Right out the gate, man. I'm getting some interesting protagonists in my manga lately. Like, I want to make a whole video about what makes Naruto great and Gachiakuta. Chihiro. Naruto. My pedestal. Denji.
Okuran and Momo.
Oh, my pedestal is wide and thick.
They're on the moon.
Because Gabimaru's up there too, for sure.
Yeah, Gabimaru's a good protag.
I think he also brings out his own energy, the simp energy. In a good way.
I would say energy,
yeah.
I'd say loyal husband.
A lot of people would call that simp energy. Not me, though. I wouldn't.
No. No, simps are just... Simps are the Twitch chat in that girl that's wearing a tank top.
There's so many.
I'm not saying one of them.
That
girl that wears a tank top for Twitch, and then all of those dudes in the chat.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, "I love you. You're so. Oh my god, you're so this that." Those are the Sims.
DM me.
Yeah, a man fully committed to his.
To where he'd go through hell for her.
His girlfriend / wife.
that he's
insert the werewolf ripping off his
exclusive to. That's not simping. That's just a committed man in my book.
Simp.
No, that ain't no simp.
But it is a different energy for shonen manga.
It is, yes. Well, I mean, you don't really see
a relationship
in general.
Much less someone who would give it all for his girl. That's like an old trope now. That's like, it's like Yu Yu Hakusho Inuyasha days now. Like Naruto didn't really have that.
Well,
One Piece, they're friends.
Well, Oda specifically said too, there's going to be zero romance among the Straw Hats. This is an adventure story, not a romance story.
Yeah. They all respect each other as colleagues. God damn it, except Sanji.
Yeah. He straight out says, if you're looking for romance, go read other manga.
And I mean, Bleach, he went to save Orihime, but I don't think it was really ever painted like I'm saving her for love. Yeah, it was friends.
Yeah, friends. It's Ichigo's protection complex.
So that's why you really got to go back to like Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. Like Yusuke knew he liked Keiko when he goes to save Keiko. Or at least maybe not the first time when he was already a ghost. It went to save her from the fire. But it's pretty established they like each other.
And then by the end of Inuyasha, it's pretty established that Kagome! Inuyasha!
Thankfully, Fullmetal Alchemist never even fell into any of the tropes. They had their cake and ate it too. They were friends for most of the series, and then he stepped up and asked her out at the end. And she was never really like... I don't remember if she specifically ever was, but to my knowledge, Winry was never a damsel in distress either.
Yeah.
I think one filler in the original Fullmetal Alchemist series, they had Barry the Chopper take her. But that was a filler from the original series.
And then you got Rurouni Kenshin and Kaoru.
Yeah, that was also a very, so the old school ones.
Yeah, newer shonen.
Love died.
Basically.
Love died when Sakura confessed her love to Naruto.
That is up there on one of the most hated panels of manga ever. I remember reading that weekly. I was seething because you could... And I wanted Naruto's reaction to be much worse. He's a good boy. He should have laid into her, and he just took the fucking... He took the high road, and I wanted him to take the pity road. I mean, the petty road. Not the pity road. Petty road. Like, he deserved to lay into her, you know what I mean? After everything he did for you, bitch. You gonna pull this on him? Now? At this point?
Sorry. I just imagined. Again, I think of it every time I think of Sakura. The reality, which is what ended up happening, of her, being so excited to get poked on the head by Sasuke. And the reality where she's with Naruto and they're banging, but she's unhappy. Am I wrong?
Yes, but whatever. Fuck
She just wants that mystique.
I don't know, man. I'm very passionate about my...
No, it was bad. It was bad.
My fall from grace with Naruto. Because that shit was so good. Yeah. Like, Naruto, episode 1 to, 136 Sasuke retrieval arc? Fucking, there's not an arc that misses.
No. There's not...
I mean, the Tsunade...
Like I said, there's not a point that misses, but obviously there's going to be,
Yeah. It's going to be odd episodes. It's like...
Konohamaru shows up. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, he does show up. he exists.
He exists. It happens. Yeah. But I can forgive that. Because the actual important stuff was really good.
Even the beginning of Shippuden.
Even the way that the Tsunade stuff ends. I loved that little scuffle between Naruto and Kabuto, followed by the 3-way summoning fight. Well, 2v1 summoning fight.
Yeah, no.
I was also a Kabuto fan.
Long
time ago.
Yeah, you fucking were. You were a Kabuto stand.
Time ago, I was. When he first showed up in the Chunin exams, I was all about Kabuto.
You were. It's just
something about those ninja info cards, man.
I think so. There's a few things. So Shippuden, the first episodes of Shippuden, that was a special day too. I remember when that fucking happened. That 1 hour special dropped of the first 2 episodes. freshman in high school when that shit happened.
Bell exam again.
Yeah. But how when Naruto first came back and he's talking to everyone and it seems like he's matured so much, but then it turns out he's just the same. I would have liked if he did get a little... He did mature a little bit. He wasn't as goofy as a kid. But I wish it kind of stayed a little bit more like that in the relationship between Naruto and Sakura. A more matured... Which it kind of was in serious moments a lot of the time. But,
like most of the time it was.
But on Sakura's side still, she just...
There's times they both lapsed into being their old characters.
She's just such...
Wasted potential.
Wasted potential on both a character front and on a power front.
And just showing it off front. I mean, people would still put, me included, would put Sakura and Chiyo versus Sasori as like the best fight in Naruto.
It's pretty good.
As on a purely spectacle basis, like, because obviously there's not much huge amount of story to tell with that fight. There's some Chiyo and Sasori stuff, but Sakura doesn't have a story in that fight. But as like a spectacle, that's probably my favorite fight.
And so, honestly, unfortunately, the last time Sakura's like really useful.
Besides punching Kagura down.
Yeah, and
Kaguya.
But Kagura Bachi.
No, Chiyo would take that hand and then decapitate Sasuke and Naruto. We all know it. Chiyo greater than sign Team 7.
Kagura and my Bachi.
He doesn't even need a second sword.
But
yeah,
from the
for someone who has the best fight and
the Sasori fight on, literally the only thing she does is heal.
Yep.
And
granted, that's her role, but they could have given her.
But the same
just like
way,
Kishimoto's God, he could have ridden in another time where she had to throw out the fists.
Well, yeah,
Pain Assault would have been a great time to have her at least try to fight somebody.
They made it very clear, like, you don't want to get punched by Sakura. Like, nobody else
punches... They made it clear right off the bat. The way she punched the ground to reveal Kakashi underground in the bell test.
Yeah, it's like, you don't see that from anyone else, that where Sakura goes to punch you, you dodge out of the way, and she hits the ground, and she makes a fucking crater in the ground. Like, nobody else in the series does that.
You also don't see any time where Tsunade is like, no, I'm not going to throw hands. I have to heal right now. There's no time Tsunade does that. Everyone will be like, oh, she's a medical ninja. She has to focus on medicine. What do you mean? Her sensei doesn't even follow those rules.
Because Tsunade relies on the slug, too. So if Naruto can have toad summons, why can't Sakura have slug summons?
And she definitely does. She definitely does.
She gets the same slug way at the end of the war arc.
She didn't just get it then, though, right? She whips it out then?
No, I think that's when she signs the contract.
Oh my God.
It's been years.
Sasuke had his snake contract already. Naruto had a toad contract.
Naruto had a toad contract in the Chunin exams.
Yeah, for the Gaara fight.
Yeah.
They really... Oh, that would be doing her so dirty.
She's such a weird... So, she's just...
She could have been one of the best hand-to-hand fighters in the whole show.
Yes.
Literally.
It's like, why do they never, like, trade students? Like, why doesn't Tsunade be like, okay, so, you've been doing really good with your medical ninjutsu, so what we're gonna do, right, is in the morning, first thing in the morning, we're gonna do some reviews, some medical stuff, keep you going for a little bit in the morning. But then in the afternoon and evening, I want you to go over there and train with Guy Sensei.
Actually, I want you to go to train over there with... Oh, I just had Kurenai. Because they mentioned very early on that she would be good at genjutsu, and then they just dropped that.
Sakura would be good at genjutsu.
Right into the trash can.
But imagine if Sakura could open any of the gates, or not even if she didn't
even just the first two, the ones that really don't even put that much on your body.
Or just like, if you're gonna train anyone to fight hand to hand, who do you want your sensei being? Fucking Might Guy.
Yeah,
that's who.
Or Kakashi, because I mean Kakashi keeps pace with him.
Yeah, he does. So I want to learn from someone like that. Like, yeah, I mean, Sakura can throw hands. We saw that.
Tsunade can throw hands.
Tsunade can as well. But it's like, well, how do I take this to the next level? Let me go have a training session with somebody over there.
Like One Punch Man trying to learn martial arts.
He tried that.
Yeah, I know. I just imagine a guy being like, okay, Sakura, throw me your first punch. I want to see how strong you are.
Break his hand.
Oh.
The power of
youth.
The pink flower or the pink leaf. It's like, so
she could have been amazing, but she ends up okay at best to people and usually not even that high. Most people just hate her.
Yes.
It's
also,
so unnecessary.
I also think that he wrote Sasuke too far off the deep end. Like, he does a lot of heinous stuff in Shippuden that I don't feel even fit his character, based on, like, he left the village because he really just wanted to seek power and felt like the level at which he was gaining power under Kakashi was a slower pace than he felt he could get with the curse mark with Orochimaru. So he left the village to go find Orochimaru. I get that. He's not a bad guy. We saw that in the Naruto versus his fight at the
he actually kind of felt bad.
Valley of the End. Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, you understand each other, but at the same time, he still needs to go do his own thing.
And you're stopping him actively.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have even went out of his way to, like, pile drive Naruto if Naruto wasn't there actively trying to stop him.
Yes. So he left. He did his thing, but it's like Shippuden writes Sasuke as a bad guy. I don't see Sasuke
at least
as
not
a bad
until
guy.
He learns about what happened to Itachi. That's when it would start to make sense. Because that would give him something against the Leaf Village from that point on.
After he kills Itachi is when he does all his fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Because before that, Naruto comes and finds him at Orochimaru's thing, and they have the conversation.
And he flexes on them.
He flexes
Acts
so
like
hard
an edgy boy.
Yeah. Then later he kills Orochimaru. Oh no, you killed, like, the worst guy.
The worst guy ever who was actively trying to take your body.
Yeah. Super surprised through the whole world. Whatever.
Surprise Pikachu face.
Surprise Pikachu face. Then you go kill the dude that killed your whole village. Your whole character is written around your revenge against Itachi. We get it. That happens. But then afterwards...
you learn something against the Leaf Village.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm going to kill everyone in the Leaf Village now. But you just learned that Itachi killed all of the Uchiha to protect the Leaf Village. So you're now actively going against what your brother did. Which is whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
But now,
Could that also be partly in the way that Obito framed it to him, too?
Could be. But then...
As someone who dropped off from Shippuden?
Yeah.
Way before that happened.
Tries to kill Sakura.
Yes.
Almost succeeds. If Naruto didn't show up at that second, I think Sasuke kills Sakura right there.
Like he actually would have gone through with it?
And bitch still sleeps with him.
Because it could have seemed like he could have killed people the first time they find him at the hideout. But both of them, again, as someone who hasn't seen the latter, could it be argued that he knew he wouldn't take it to the very end?
I don't know. So I think the three people that Sasuke actually kills
are the worst.
Are the ones that should have been killed.
Danzo
was the last one. That's where his revenge should have ended. You killed Orochimaru. You're like, listen, dude, you're evil, and I recognize it. So Sasuke's
and you're taking my body right now.
Sasuke's story should have been, which I'm sure it would. It was that. It's just he went too far with the Danzo shit. So Sasuke leaves the village to get stronger so he can fight Itachi. He goes to the evil guy, Orochimaru, and just trains with him over the 2-year time skip. Uses him. Kills him when he gets the first opportunity where he's like, I've outgrown you, which is hilarious because he totally hasn't. Then he goes and fights Itachi. Okay, well
again, is it a matter of I killed you because I've outgrown you, or is it a matter of I killed you because you're taking my body right now?
Both.
Because, I mean, you don't get more time to learn from him when he's starting to take your body.
Yes. So then you go and fight Itachi, which is your whole character arc, basically.
Yes.
Then you learn that Itachi wasn't a bad guy after all. And you're like, well, fuck. who drove my brother into this? The Leaf Village? Okay, who really drove it into? Let's dig deeper. He goes on. He should have gone. He found out a little too easy. Fucking Obito just spoon feeds him. I would have liked it if he spent if Itachi did ninja work, espionage. You know, maybe we get espionage in
You're
a
asking
ninja
too
show.
much. This is about this is a show about Japanese wizards. This is
who claim to be ninjas.
Yes.
I still remember that fucking filler episode in regular Naruto.
We're ninjas, we don't hide. Yeah.
Yeah.
That really perfectly encapsulated it all. That's when I knew there was an issue here.
For real. Finds out Danzo's really behind it and his heinous stuff in the underground.
And then you literally see the representation of how awful of a person he is.
So he goes with that, and then through him going to find Danzo and take out Danzo and expose Danzo, he somehow links back up with Naruto, and that's the trigger to get Sasuke back on the good guy side. It's like, listen, I went through my sabbatical of there were bad guys that I had to go through I had to go my path to do what was right. And now that I've done that, I've discovered that Danzo, has this criminal underbelly of Konoha.
Yeah.
Now let's expose this together as friends. Do it. Sasuke is welcomed back into the village. And then they go forth. Why did Sasuke...
Because at that point, too, he still only killed bad people.
Yeah, exactly. But now he joins Akatsuki and he's going around... Well, he gets...
I was about to say, I don't remember him actually accomplishing anything all that heinous, to be honest. For the moment you said, I'm like, I'm pretty sure from the moment his character...
he's extremely physically abusive to Karin, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But this thing, though, as his character gets more far-fetched, I feel like he accomplished less and less.
The problem is Sasuke went from having the character motivation and the drive and the
believability
with him to becoming a crybaby. Where's
I just think it starts getting really leapy in his own logic in his brain.
Yes.
So where I was playing Storm Connections the other day, and sometimes we finish people off with an ultimate, it shows a scene from the anime. So it's finishing me off with Sasuke, and flashes to, I've decided I'll be the Hokage of the Leaf Village, and I just laughed.
That's facts.
I know it is. It's a scene from the show.
Yeah.
They pull it right from the show when they do that. And I just laughed and laughed.
So what should have happened after he kills Itachi, figures out about the Danzo, they meet up, he becomes the good guy again. Then, if Kishimoto wants to say, okay, now Sasuke and Sakura, all right, he never tried to kill her.
Yeah.
He comes back. He never did
anything evil. Tried to kill her, Sakura would and does welcome him back with open arms.
Exactly. So then it would have been acceptable for them to get back together. In my mind,
have one more fight to duke it out because you two are meatheads.
Yeah, them two together.
Meathead lovers.
Yeah, or Sasuke comes back to the village after the Danzo thing and
proposes to Naruto.
Yeah, or that's when he decides, okay, I'm going to be the Hokage to change his village.
Yeah, let him be a good guy first.
And then Naruto be like, no, I'm going to be Hokage this way, and then they can have a duke it out. Kind of like the way Madara, because then it makes sense.
It could have been so easy too, where Tsunade walks up to both of them like, look, either of you have surpassed me. If you guys can figure it out between the two of you, and then they fight.
That's the whole reason Hashirama and Madara fought, because they had different opinions of what the village should have been. So they went and they fought it out. The winner became the first Hokage, Hashirama. So this way, Sasuke has reason to be Hokage other than just showing up in the middle of the war.
Say, I'm going to be
Hokage with no basis, no premise, anything. Build into it. Write some story. But it didn't work out that way. And that's not how Naruto is written.
And also after being a war criminal, he says that.
Yes.
It's the moment, the 5 Kage Summit is the moment where you could be like, he's tipping the line from, well, also fighting bees. Yeah.
Because he kills people there. He kills random ninjas there. Yeah, they're random.
They're randos. They don't have families.
They don't have people. They're not real people that he just murdered.
I'm more worried about the Raikage's arm.
That too.
And it's just like, ugh. There's so much more I could say about things I would want to change about Naruto. Because it had such good potential. The War Arc... Actually, no, going further back than that. The end of the Pain Invasion arc, when he brought everyone back, murdered Naruto right then.
Yep.
Onward. The show is
that ruined my believability.
It
personally.
ruined it. So sad that a moment can ruin a manga. But this stands out there. They say Naruto's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I mean, everyone does have that. Well, not everyone, but most people do have that moment. For some people, it took a lot longer for little Zetsu stabbing Madara.
No, I mean, as soon as Pain or Nagato rezzed everyone, and like, for who? Kakashi was the only named person that really came back. Yeah. Like, you could have left everyone dead.
You could have written that Kakashi wakes back up from his injuries.
Yeah, or just that he didn't die. You wrote it for shock value. Like, nothing happens. Kakashi dies. Naruto shows up, fights Pain, and then Pain brings him back. So it's like Kishimoto knew he was going to bring Kakashi back.
Yeah.
So he wrote Kakashi's death into that to be more, like, shock value.
Feel like everything had more impact, even though it doesn't.
Literally just have Kakashi not die there and just be severely wounded.
Yeah.
Have Naruto fight Pain, defeat him and everything.
Everyone does
and
death fake-outs, too. It's not like it would have been, like, egregious to make us think Kakashi died and then he wakes up from his injuries. Like, It happens all the fucking time.
All the time. But that's fucking Naruto for you. Well, now that Naruto tangent has happened, kind of seemingly out of nowhere, but those are my opinions.
I have been playing Naruto video games.
I saw you post a little spice on Twitter the other day.
Did I?
You did about
getting my ass kicked?
No, about the big three.
Oh, that was spice. I should have liked it because it was so true.
I thought I did.
I was spitting facts.
Where did that come from? Just another post you were seeing? Another?
I was like, that would be a great. No, I just thought this would be a funny post. If this catches on, people will be angry, so I'm going to post it. But it didn't catch on. The big three each have their own place. One Piece has the best manga, Bleach has the best anime, and Naruto has the best anime games. It's an equilibrium. And I stand by that.
Well, when you look at it as a whole, yeah, I'd say it. But, I mean, Naruto anime was pretty fucking good for a while.
But it was also pretty fucking bad sometimes.
Yes. And One Piece was really bad at times, pacing. Like, pacing of Bleach. One Piece is bad. So, yeah.
And then both Bleach and One Piece dropped the ball story-wise sometimes, so I wouldn't give them the best manga. Anime is much more of visual audio edition, so I think Bleach nails it in that aspect.
Banger soundtrack, too.
Banger soundtrack. And the Naruto games are better than Bleach and One Piece games.
Facts.
Easy. All of them. Like Clash of Ninja, Old School, Ultimate Ninja, Broken Bond.
Uzumaki Chronicles.
Yeah, Uzumaki Chronicles. They all slap harder. Pirate Warriors got nothing on that. I didn't play Burning Blood, but I played the old school One Piece 3D Arena Fighters.
Out of the big three, I would say Naruto has the best games, but I would still say that Dragon Ball Z has the best anime video games.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Budokai 3. Sagas is
all right.
The Tenkaichi series.
I would say Tenkaichi 3 once again. Instead of just like the whole series. I mean, I could say the whole Ultimate Ninja. So Tenkaichi 3, Budokai 3, Fighter Z, which you haven't played, but I'll vouch for it. It's really fucking good.
Kakarot looks dope. The game Kakarot.
Yes, my partner said it was all right.
I don't know. I didn't play it, but...
Oh, I think it's pretty equal there, because I could go Ultimate Ninja 4, whichever Storm game, whichever Clash of Ninja game, whichever Uzumaki Chronicles game. I didn't play Broken Bond. I threw it out there, because I think you played it.
I did. It was pretty good.
I remember you vouching for it back in the day, so I threw it in there.
I still own it. Of course I do. It's a physical game. I don't get rid of those.
Clearly.
Yes, this stack of how many high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 PS2 games, and that's not even all of them.
I'll give it to you, though. I do think Fighter Z is probably the best anime fighting game that's ever come out.
I didn't play it, but for me, I don't even know. I mean, this game here is just too nostalgic for me.
I did look at Budokai 3, but it's like this.
I mean, there's going to be games that are better than it. I'm just saying, in my opinion, for like best for me, Budokai 3. Best.
That's why I also think you would like Fighter Z, because it goes back to 2D, and it's the same control format, the simple like rolls.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Not online, though.
God, I love PS2, man. So good. So many good games.
It's true.
Oh, I was like, where's that? So I saw that up there.
Oh, the Lord of the Rings one, yeah.
The only games ever based on a movie that are good. The Lord of the Rings games. Any other I don't know if you've ever... Well, the Revenge of the Sith movie game is actually pretty cool.
I didn't play it.
The Revenge of the Sith and the Incredible Hulk, the one with Tim Burton, is that his name?
No, that's the...
No, that's
I highly doubt it's Tim Burton, at least.
It's Norton.
Yes.
Edward Norton.
Yes.
Is it Edward?
I have no clue.
Or Tim Norton?
I think so. I've heard of
Whatever.
Edward Norton.
That guy, not Mark Ruffalo. The dude before Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, he played in both of those. But anyway, the original Incredible Hulk, the one with the weird CGI, not the one with the Abomination, the one before that. But he there's a movie on that game, and there's a Revenge of the Sith Star Wars game. Those are the only two PS2 games that I traded in. So those are the only ones I've ever owned that I don't still have.
Good choices.
Well, there's more too. Those were my examples of why never to turn in games, because I probably got $3 for both of them.
To be fair, there are movie games.
They were good though.
I think The Two Towers might be the only movie game in my memory that I like.
You don't like The Return of the King?
I didn't play it. I played maybe 10 minutes of it.
We gotta change that. That game is so good. I like this one better than the. It's
I
this
remember my
game,
friend had
just
Return
better.
of the King. I really wanted to play Gandalf. I don't even remember what happened to our first PlayStation. I don't even remember even playing it. I know it was booted up at one point. Mm-hmm. I saw a bunch of hobbits. I definitely didn't unboot their game because I saw hobbits. I don't even know if we played. Yeah. But I played the shit out of Two Towers.
Oh, I played the shit out of that too. That Helm's Deep, all three of those matches are fucking fire.
Played all through Legolas, played all through with Aragorn.
Oh, I've played all through with everybody.
Touch Ghibli.
I fucking love
I don't like dwarves. I don't like halflings.
No.
It's not my class fantasy. No.
I would be very upset if I get isekai to reincarnate.
And you're a dwarf or a halfling.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'd be upset. Oh, great. I'm a child for my entire life.
Oh, boy. My extra muscles really make up for coming up to your waist.
At least dwarfs get badass beards and they're really good at muscles, and they're really good at making stuff.
Halflings are just worse.
Yeah.
Hobbits are just worse.
And they get those ginormous hairy feet.
Terrible. Nope. No, I don't want to play as Samwise. I don't want to play as Frodo.
Merry or Pippin?
No. Maybe if they had a fun joke moveset where they throw breakfast at people.
I don't even know if the hobbits are even playable in the Two Towers.
Nope. It's just the 3 good ones. Well, 2 good ones.
Gimli's good.
He's a good character.
I feel
don't
like
want to play as a dwarf.
It was really just the 3 of them, huh?
It was just the 3 of them. I'm so confident.
Because Return of the King has the whole 9 cast.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Boromir's in it. I know Faramir's in it.
I'm pretty sure it's Frodo, Sam, the 3 good ones, Gandalf.
Merry and Pippin are in it too.
Are Merry and Pippin in it? Mm-hmm. Oh my god! How are they all just not palette swaps of the same?
They basically are.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
The four
They're
hobbits
not very
are all
different from
basically
each
the same,
other.
yeah. Maybe their heavy attacks are different. Maybe Sam pulls out a frying pan or something. I don't know.
Mary Pippin pull out breakfast and eat.
Probably. PS2 days, man. Look at this fucking Onimusha Blade Warriors.
Oh, I love it so
Samurai
much.
Warriors.
That's my game.
This is your game, yeah.
Yes, because it was not good.
So is that. Tony Hawk Underground 2.
The best.
The best.
The best Tony Hawk.
I lied. I think that there is another one. So when I first... Super weird. You wouldn't even think it would be... So when I first got the PS2, when my father finally allowed us to get one in life, the two games that we bought with... Well, the game we bought with it, that it came with, like, you know, consoles come with games sometimes, was an ATV game. It's basically just a motorcycle. That game was so good. So I don't even remember what the fuck it was called. It was just a motorcycle racing game with, like, dirt tracks and jumps. And a NASCAR racing game. I also don't think I have either one of those. I might still have the NASCAR racing one, iffy. Not that me and my sisters.
I love racing games.
Me and my sisters in that game, we were just, while we were racing, we just, as soon as the thing start, we'd turn around and go backwards and just crash as many cars as possible.
They just need to remaster the two best racing games ever. Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and Burnout Revenge.
Need for Speed Underground 2 is my favorite Need for Speed right there. Put it on my honorable mentions on my top 10 video games. Ooh. If you remember. Dynasty Warriors 4.
Of course.
Banger. All of the Budokai series from fucking Budokai 3 up to Tenkaichi 3, because Budokai 2 was on GameCube, I think.
Yeah.
The 3 heavy hitters of Mortal Kombat, fucking
Dead
Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon. Before they...
9 was good too, but...
Yeah, well, I mean...
Story
after Armageddon, there was a long stretch or break with...
Yeah, because Armageddon was supposed to be the last one, if I remember right.
And then
Funny how all these companies say that a lot.
Yeah. And then they did that, like,
9,
reskin.
Which was just Mortal Kombat, of course. Because Google integrity doesn't exist anymore.
So good. PlayStation 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Samurai Warriors 1, 2. 2's not here. It's at my house, but I see 1 there. 2 was so good, though.
I think that's your copy, too. I think it was...
Oh, I bet it is.
It was a copy that has been here for 10 years, but I'm pretty sure it's yours.
I might even give Samurai Warriors 2, like, my favorite Warriors game title.
See, I was more of the Dynasty Warriors guy. Samurai Warriors was, to me...
Digimon?
Oh, yeah. No, because when I was a kid, I liked Digimon more than Pokemon, but Digimon died in popularity so quickly.
It did.
Around here, so, you know, you had to move to Pokemon.
They had a shit card game.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was a video game. Pokemon video games. Really.
Yeah.
I saw, speaking, because we said this about your Twitter post that you just had. This
the Big 3 one?
Big 3 one. I saw, it was a Facebook post, and of course reading the comments because people just can't grasp the situation. But it was a picture of Superman, One Piece, Batman, and Spider-Man. And their sales numbers and being the top 4 highest selling comics. Being Superman is 600 million. One
so
Piece
Kagura Bachi gets their hands on them.
Yeah. One Piece is 575 million, and then Batman's in like the high 400s, and then Spider-Man drops down even further. Spider-Man's like 380 or something like that. 380 million.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot. But people in the comment sections were like, oh, but this is better than One Piece, so that's better than One Piece, or this is more popular than One Piece. Yeah, maybe in your village, or your town, or your city, or maybe even your country. In the United States of America, in the U.S., Naruto's more popular than One Piece is in the U.S.
And none of that even matters when none of them have 100 volumes. Like, all of the ones that they're going to throw up in contention, it wouldn't even be physically possible for them to match the kind of sales that those top 4 have.
Yeah, it's not even close. Naruto, I don't remember Naruto's, like... Because I had gotten into this argument with someone on social media before, too. And I'm like... They're like, oh, One Piece only has more total sales than Naruto because it has more volumes. I was like, listen, it's not even
let's bring that picture back up.
All right. I was like, all right, first off, let's compare real quick. So I broke it down in the easiest way I could do it. I was like, at the time, One Piece had 101 volumes out. They have like 106 or something right now, 105. I forget which one it is, like officially released. They had 101. Naruto has 70 to 75. I forget which one it is, total volumes. One Piece has, at the time, 101. Not counting Boruto, it was just Naruto Shippuden. Combined, 72 volumes. Every single One Piece volume, every single one, has sold over 1 million copies.
All of them. Just have that picture of best-selling mangas each year. It's over.
All of them.
Yeah.
Naruto has, of the 72, I had counted on the Wikipedia list, maybe 5 that have sold 1 million copies.
See, every single one of those volumes would have to do enough over 1 million to compensate for how many more One Piece volumes there are to even be close to getting onto that top 4.
And they don't even sell the same. Like Naruto's first volume versus One Piece's first volume. It doesn't hit 1 million, One Piece's does.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's eliminate all of volumes 70 and higher of One Piece and bring it down to Naruto's level and not count the actual volumes. One Piece still blows it out of the water.
Yeah.
Because all of them have sold over 1 million volumes. Yeah. And then you look at the Marineford era, and those sales just decimate everything. Each one of those were selling like 10 million copies each.
Yeah.
And it's like, back
and
then...
now the sales on the 100th volume, I'm sure, are going to be are bonkers.
Like, if as many people watched anime as they do today, back in 2010, this is why it's the big 3, or should be this. No, it's you saying that because you're watching anime today.
Yeah.
If you're watching anime in 2010 or 2005, everyone was watching those 3 anime. Yeah. One Piece would have the same sales numbers as what JJK and Blue Lock and everything's putting out today. It's just that those are what's popular today in the en masse people. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just One Piece is so long, it turns people off to it. Not to say what's better, and then
it's still selling better.
It's still selling great. It's still number 3 of this year, right? Blue Lock's number 1.
Yeah, I sent you that.
JJK's number 2.
Oshinoko's number 4. I would
Slam Dunk still surprises the fuck out of me. That's in the top 10 this year.
Well, it's amazing what one movie does for it. I know I sent you the Oricon picture.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yep, Blue Lock, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Oshinoko, Chainsaw Man, Slam Dunk, Spy X Family, My Hero Academia, Tokyo Revengers, Kingdom, in order of 1st to 10th.
Because in that same comment section, people were asking about, oh, what about this anime? It sells, it's more popular, or this, or whatever, because Pokemon was brought up. And I was like, listen, we're talking about comic sales.
Yeah.
Pokemon is not known for its anime.
It's known for its merchandising.
Merchandising video games. You want to bring Pokemon into the thing?
Most people don't even know the Pokemon Adventures manga existed.
Yeah. Pokemon blows all of your favorite things out of the water. Combined.
Yeah, we're talking IP. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not even close. Like,
no, it's disastrously not close. I think it's literally Pokemon then Hello Kitty. Like, people don't even get how strong merchandising is.
The wrong button. Like, how much? I'm just gonna type in how much money has Pokemon made? $100 billion. It's like, you can't compete with that.
The 25 highest grossing media franchises across all time. Pokemon
is number 1.
Yeah. 92.121 billion. Hello Kitty, 80.026 billion. Winnie the Pooh.
That's surprising.
It is surprising. Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, Star Wars, Anpan Man, Japanese.
Yep.
Disney Princess, kind of cheating.
Yeah.
Mario, Shonen Jump, Harry Potter. Hey, Shonen Jump's past Harry Potter.
Yeah, but Shonen Jump, though, is like Harry Potter's one story. Shonen Jump is like 20 series. Like One Piece is thrown in that mix. No. If it's Shonen Jump, One Piece, Naruto.
Is this dated? I'm on a date. I don't see a date on this article.
Why would you just see that you wanted a date?
Because let me run it back. Pokemon, Hello Kitty, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, Star Wars, Anpan Man, Disney Princess, Mario, Shonen Jump, Harry Potter, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, maybe because Harry Potter merchandising, like
huge. Star Wars merchandising, huge. Shonen
Universal
Jump merchandising, huge.
Universal Studios, you know what I mean? Huge Harry Potter scene down there.
And you would think Marvel would have huge merchandising, but it's just not to the same level.
Well, first off, said Cinematic Universe, so
yeah, so literally just off of the movies themselves.
Because I'm sure if it's Marvel,
yeah, because Spider-Man's right after Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, see. I was just going to say that. It's like Spider-Man's the fourth selling comic of all time. So to put all the Spider-Man merchandise in there. Because...
this is still crazy, though.
Well, yes, One Piece has sold more comics than Batman and Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Batman, both merchandising, gaming, and all that blows One Piece out of the water. Like, they've been around 70 years. It's not even close.
This list is just ridiculous. I need more sources. Because One Piece is also separately on this list as its own property. Spider-Man, Gundam, Batman, Dragon Ball. Keep some of these in mind. Dragon Ball. Barbie, Fist of the North Star.
I don't really believe that one.
Cars, Toy Story. One Piece, Lord of the Rings. You're telling me Fist of the North Star and Cars made more off merchandising in general than Lord of the Rings did? I don't think so. I
was
don't
surprised
believe
that that's not up there either. Because
I don't believe that straight up. There's a lot on here I would believe. I'd believe Gundam. Those Gunpla models, bank.
Have you seen the giant Gundam?
Yeah, but Fist of the North Star, 5 places above Lord of the Rings.
Just Fist of the North Star on the list. Or Cars.
Cars. Because Toy Story makes complete sense. I expect Toy Story higher. Cars? Above Toy Story? Lord of the Rings, James Bond, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Peanuts, Transformers.
Peanuts?
Peanuts.
As in the food?
No, as in Charlie Brown. That's what the franchise is called.
God, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I
was a Charlie Brown fan.
I was going to say, if food is in this, it's got to be food that's... I mean, it's food. It's definitely higher than everything on this list.
That's what I was like, wow. But that's why I was like, Shonen Jump up here. Batman down here. Marvel Cinematic Universe, Spider-Man. Like, pretty nutty. But, of course, Pokemon.
Yeah. Number one. That shit, like... every kid ever is at some
point... it's merchandised in any way fucking imaginable.
Yeah. If it exists...
it's infinitely merchandisable because of how many different things they can make merchandise of. It's not one hat. It's 3,000 varieties of hats.
Yeah.
300 of them are varieties of Pikachu.
If it exists, is a Pokemon version of it.
Yeah.
You got a chair over there. There's a Pokemon
Klefki
chair.
Now. Where's the Pokemon Cafe where they can make the ice cream Pokemon?
I'm sure it exists.
I'm sure it exists too. Yeah, it's just not even a competition.
And people were saying that too, and the guy was...
and then none of that money goes into the games.
No, not even close. And Legend Arceus was kind of cool.
It was, because they actually tried to do something.
Yeah, and it's like all of the games since I stopped playing years ago. What was
X and Y?
X and Y, and what was those?
And I had to pull you onto X and Y too. Like we all hopped onto X and Y together.
Well, X and Y was fine. I think it was the one after. It was the one with Groudon and
Alpha Sapphire, the remake of Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah, because I mean that's just basically X and Y. It's because every game since it's the same game.
Yeah, they upgraded the engine, and it felt really nice that first time. And I was a Sapphire fan, so even Alpha Sapphire felt really nice. But then it just wore off after that because they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, they're just reprinting the same game with just new shitty Pokemon.
I still think the highest insult is, and I didn't even really play Sword and Shield much. I maybe played like 10 minutes. But when they're like, oh, this is the first time you won't be able to have the complete Pokedex. But don't worry, it's because we're putting more into the animations this time. And then you go to do your tail wag, it's still just the whole sprite moving and wiggling and then moving back forward. Yeah, sure, Game Freak.
Yeah, exactly.
Those animations are killing me. Good job, guys. I almost thought I saw a limb move.
I mean, I don't even need to say that. I was just about to say Pokemon would make so much money.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
There's no failure for Pokemon anymore. No,
they've made so much money. Because they've seen. I mean, people have like showcased fake trailers of it and stuff. But if Pokemon could get the Monster Hunter World treatment, like that step up to where it's like that.
If Pokemon could be next gen for once.
Just
so looking like it could be played on a fucking GameCube.
Make it look like it was on the PS2 and
actually,
be happy.
Correction. Pokemon Coliseum, I think, was the GameCube Pokemon game.
That game
looks
slaps.
Better graphically than the last 3 Pokemon games.
Than any of them. Well, except Arceus. Arceus is pretty cool.
Looks
but
cool.
Arceus was the first console game since Coliseum. Everyone else, all of them.
Oh yeah, they were all DS, weren't they?
Are all DS games. They're all handheld games.
And well, they have made another since Arceus now too. Scarlet and Violet, I want to say.
Yeah, but doesn't that just go back to the old formula where it's just basically...
It's a little open world mixy into there, but I mean, it's still not modern
They're
times.
trying to stay on that like Game Boy roots. It's like... I do miss Game Boy days though, man. Playing Castlevania on those things.
I don't miss Game Boy. I hated Game Boy. I mean, I loved Game Boy as a kid. I loved it in the moment.
Yeah, it's total nostalgia, right?
It's absolutely terrible.
It's garbage. It's garbage. Yeah,
you get like the same the same value from like a Tamagotchi, like
Tamagotchis.
Like I still remember those times fondly. I loved having it. I was thankful for having it. Thank you, parents. Mwah. Game Boy Advance. But looking back, it's like Pokemon Sapphire, WarioWare.
That's it.
The list ends there.
See, for me, it was always fantastical because I wasn't allowed that stuff at home. So when I would hang out with cousins or friends after school and they had that stuff.
Mega Man Battle Network. Continue.
Oh, add that third one in there. I would get my hands on it for 15, 20 minutes, and it'd be the greatest thing.
Yeah, literally magic.
It literally blew my world away. But then I'd have to put it down and go home and stare at a wall. I don't remember how I got through my childhood when it was dark out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I did at night.
I remember I burnt a hole in one of my blankets once because I brought a lamp under it to read a book. Burnt a whole ass hole in my fucking blanket. I'm lucky I didn't catch the whole fucking thing on fire.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I would play. I remember playing Sega with Sonic games as a kid, but I never owned one. I remember playing PlayStation 1 games, Twisted Metal.
Oh, nice.
Twisted Metal, yeah, that's the car one.
With the clown guy.
Yeah, clown guy.
They made a bad movie or show of.
Yeah, I thought they were making a movie.
I think it's a show.
But they're not even in the cars. I've never seen a single scene where they're in a car. Whatever.
Yep.
Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot, all those games, I'd play them on like a Friday night.
I'm ooming, but I actually didn't play either of those games.
What? Really?
Yeah. I did play
Crash Bandicoot's alright. It's just basically 3D.
I didn't play Crash, Sly, Ratchet, or Jax.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sly Cooper is fucking amazing.
Maybe it's because I had so much of my fill of platformers on Nintendo, and when I did get a PlayStation, I was like finally getting away from playing just Nintendo.
Well, I'll just tell you straight out right now, the 2D platformers that Nintendo have are way better than the 3D platformers that PlayStation had.
Oh yeah.
Because Crash Bandicoot is just...
Zero Punctuation has been saying it for decades. 3D platforming is terrible. Please stop.
It's not good.
No.
Sly Cooper's not platforming, though.
Yeah, that's different.
It's a different kind of game.
Because it's Sly. He's sexy.
And Spyro, too. Spyro is fun.
Yeah, I didn't play Spyro. Now I have the whole pentagram of...
I better still have it just for whenever someday I may or may not actually play it. But when my wife got a PS4, she bought the one that came with the Spyro, the newest Spyro game, for the PS4. So I hope I still have that upstairs somewhere. I have so many different, I have all the PS2 games down here. Well, most of them. Then I have a bunch of them upstairs in my room in a cabinet with a bunch of Xbox games and PSP games. Then I have...
Oh, PSP.
Yeah. Then I have my PS4 games and my 3DS games down in the living room. Then my PS5 games are sitting on my desk. And then my PS Vita is in the hut. So it's like all my games are spread out everywhere. So hopefully...
I have a box of PS2 games, your copy of FF16, and a copy of Skyrim for PS4.
You have a few other copies of my stuff, too. You have my Fate movie.
Yes. That's not a game, though.
I know. I'm just saying.
You're just reminding me.
But I want a display for him, but I just have no room for that shit. I want to put all my games together. Like, you see all those stuff on, social media. People making these cool-ass TV spreads with all their game consoles and stuff. And I'm like, I want to do that.
Every YouTuber's manga balls.
I want a bookshelf wall or something, but my house is tiny and I have no space for any of that shit. But it's alright. Someday, when the housing market crashes,
it'll come.
Or it'll just keep bubbling and bubbling.
Oh no, every bubble's gotta burst, my friends. That or the world will end, but that's kind of like a bubble bursting too.
The great tear.
I think we need to call it there.
Yes.
We'll have to talk about Peak next time.
Ooh, double peak.
Double Peak. And we'll be talking about our Paragon nostalgia next week too.
Oh, I'm sure. Hopefully I get into Predecessor. We get into Predecessor, yeah.
Yes.
Betas. But that's been the Dukes of Weepdom.
Dukes of Weepdom.
Episode 41.
Peace.
Check out our YouTubes, YubTubs, Twitters.
I'll be streaming Manga Scrub.
I don't stream. Sorry.
I'll definitely be streaming some Paragon.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Peace.